We are in chapter 5, working capital management, and here another question, understanding operating cycle. What is FOIR's operating cycle? So problem is that FOIR Food distributes its product to more than 100 restaurants. The company's collection period 32 days and keep its inventory for 10 days. So this is the only 2 or 3 items. From this item we have to calculate operating cycle. So operating cycle is here, number 1, dead sale, that means outstanding 10 days, dead sale after 32 days. So operating cycle, just adding that 42 days. 32 days is collection period and 10 days also have to keep the inventory. So 42 days is the operating cycle. So this way another one, operating cycle calculation and cash conversion cycle. Cash conversion cycle calculation. Look here, 3 and 4 is the cash conversion cycle. So here we can calculate, let's for example 3. Takes the company 31 days on average to pay off its supply. That means the credit payment average the 31 days. It also know that it has the days sale inventory 54 days and sale outstanding 34 days. So what would be the conversion cycle? Its conversion cycle is that just creditors is minus 31 days, this one, and another 2 adding, minus the credit, then we will get 57 days. So cash conversion cycle is 57 days. So another 2 is here, solution is here. So now working capital management, though, is an important chapter, and that means working capital management. A company sells goods to domestic market at a gross profit 25%, not continue to depreciation as a part of the cost of goods. Its estimate that next year are as follows. Sell home at 1 month credit, sell 1,200 lakhs. Export for 3 month credit, selling price 10% below of the home price 540. Material use, supplier extended 2 month credit 450. Wages half month arrears 360 days, that means wages paid after 15 days. Manufacturing expense paid 1 month area 540. Administrative expense paid 1 month area 120. Sales promotion expense payable quarterly in advance 60. Income tax payable 4 installment, of which one fall in the next financial year. That means last installment within the next year. So no need for calculation in this working capital. The company keep 1 month stock for each of the raw material. That means raw material 1 month have to keep 1 month's raw material requirement of 1 month, then have to keep for 1 month, and finished goods also 1 month, and believes in keeping 20 lakh in cash. So always the company is keeping 20 lakh in hand. So it's also part of working capital, assuming 50% safety margin. So again 50% safety margin for if any problem faced, that solving the problem, keeping also 15% safety margin. So from here we have to calculate working capital, requirement of the working capital, how much money we need. So if we see the answer here, first step to get we have to determine the cost of production. So cost of production, material use, material, labor, manufacturing, admin. So total 1470. So this material use, that is 450, wages 360, manufacturing expense for the one period 540, administrative expense also 120. It also is the part of cost of production, total 1470. Now we have to calculate the current asset and current liability for identifying the working capital. So current asset, first of all, cash we need 20 lakh as a cash for keeping always. So this cash is 20 lakh. That means we are figuring the 20. Now raw material. So what is the raw material? Total raw material is 450 for the full year. And this raw material, what we have to keep for 1 month stock. So this raw material 450 for 12 months. If we divide 450 by 12, then we will get for 1 month's raw material 37.50. We have to keep it for 1 month. Is a part of inventory. And also here also said finished goods. It's also for 1 month. So where finished goods, that means what is the production cost? We calculated here production cost 1470. So 1470 divide, this is for the 1 year. So if we divide for the 12 by the 12, then we'll get 122.50 is for the 1 month. Because as per the question said that finished goods have to keep for 1 month. So this is the 1 fund for finished goods 122.50. And now what is said? Sale for 1 month credit. This sale 1 month credit is also a part of, that means it's the receivable or debtors. So 1 month credit is also part of our current asset. So here 1200, look here, 1200 divided by 12, we'll get 100. So domestic market is the debtors. And now export market. What is the export market? So here export 3 month credit, selling price 10% below, but here figure is that 540. This 540 for the export purpose, export sale, 3 month credit. So here we have to calculate here 3 month. That means we 540 divided by 12 multiplied by 3, or 540 divided by 4. That is for 1 quarter is come 135. And now sale promotion expense payable quarterly in advance 60 is for 4th quarter. So here sale promotion expense 60 lakh divided by 12 multiplied by 3, that is 1 quarter, or 60 lakh divided by 4, then we get 15. So this total is current asset 430 lakh. Now we have to calculate the current liability. So what is the current liability? It would be here material used, the supplier extended 2 months. So this material 450 is for the 1 year. So 2 month material they allowed, that means raw material 450 divided by 12 multiplied by 2, that for the 2 month, so 75. And wages also here said wages half month area. So here calculated 360, this series 60, this series 60, 360 divided by 12. 12 means that also we can say that divided by 12 and divided by half or multiplied by half, that will come 15 because 15 days. And also manufacturing expense for 1 month area administrative expense also 1 month area. So 540 and 120 here. 540 divided by 12 equal to 45 and 120 divided by 12 equal to 10. So total here liability is 145. So here liability, and net current asset is here current asset 430 minus 145, then we'll get 285. And from this 285, as per the question saying that 15% safety margin on that requirement. So 285 multiplied by 15%, then we will get 42.75. So 42.75, if we add 285, then working capital requirement would be 327.75. So requirement of the working capital is 327.75. So it's all for the working capital is a calculation. And another one, working capital, and answer is also here. If you got time, then solve it. Another one, working capital, and another one, working capital management also, debtors decision. If we're a trading company, its current sale is 4,20,000 per annum. Average collection period 30 days. Wants to pursue a more liberal policy to improve sale. A study made of management consultant revealed the following information. So here, 3 policy here. That type of math, sometimes we can see our question. Credit policy 1, 2 and 3. So increase in collection period. If collection period increase 10 days, then increase of sale 21,000 and default then 1.5%. And another pattern, policy 2, if increase 30 days instead of 10 days, then increase sale increase 52,500 and also default increase 3%. And another pattern or model, increase in collection period if 45 days, then sale increase 63,000 and default also increase 4%. So the selling price per unit is Taka 3, average cost per unit 2.25, average cost per unit, variable cost per unit Taka 2. The current bad debt is Taka 1 and 1%, currently 1%, and required return of additional investment 20%, assuming 360 days make a year. But sometimes we are saying that 365 days, that's why we are saying 360. So which of the policy company should adopt, and you have to recommend it. So here 3 new policy and also 1 policy is existing. So if we go, so we have to calculate 4 policy. Number 1, at present, so working capital, debtors decision. At present, what's it doing here? Sale 4,20,000. So how they calculate? Present sale quantity 420 divided by 3 Taka per unit. So 1,40,000 units. So here, as per the question, also said sale, currently sell 4,20,000. So based on that, 4,20,000. Variable cost here 2/3, because as per the question here said variable cost per unit taka 2, selling price is taka 3. So variable cost is the 2/3 also, so 280. And then contribution, that means sale minus variable cost, then we will get contribution. So 420 minus 280, then we will get 140 is the contribution. And now fixed cost. How fixed cost calculate? So here calculation is fixed cost. Look here, fixed cost per unit, that means total cost 2.25. So as per the question here said, average cost per unit is 2.25, but variable cost is 2. So variable cost 2 less variable cost 2, then what we will get? 0.25 per unit. Hence total fixed cost at present 1,40,000 unit multiplied by this 0.25. So 35,000 is the fixed cost, and this remain constant because we know fixed costs are always fixed. So here fixed cost is 35,000, and that's why all level is 35,000. And if we minus this fixed cost from the contribution 140, then we will get profit 1,05,000. And cost of debtor, what would be? Total cost, that means 2 plus 4. Here 2 variable cost and 4 fixed cost. So cost of debtors, that means total cost is 3,15,000. And collection period 30, because here said this 30 days. At present collection period 30, and plan 1 also increase 10 days, that means 30 plus 10. So here 30 days. Average debtor, how we calculate it? Here 6 multiplied by 7, this 6, that means 315 multiplied by current collection period 30 days divided by 1 year, 360. So average debtors 26,250. And interest on average debtors, that means the number 8, that means 26,250 multiplied by 20% as per the question. So here 525. And bad debt, now it's the bad debt 1%, 1%. So 1%, this means sale is 4,20,000 multiplied by 1%, then you will get bad debt 1%, 4,200. So benefit, what is the benefit? Now we calculated profit 1,05,000. From this profit we have to deduct interest on average debtor 5,250. Also we have to minus from that bad debt 4,200. So net benefit would be 95,550. Now we have to see the another 3 policy, which policy get more benefit based on the calculation. So here policy 1, sale increase 21,000, and second increase 52,000 and 63,000. So we have to add 4,20,000 plus that increase amount with that 3 plan and separately. And cost is because per unit cost is taka 2 variable cost. So this way all calculation, and base what we describe in the present condition, the all calculation is the same way. And after calculating that, we will get benefit from the plan 1, that proposed plan 1, 98,074, and proposed by policy 2, 96,658 and 3, 91,805. Why it is the less? But its sale is increased 63,000. But here default increase 4%. So that's why this cost is deducting the profit. So here, now which plan should be adopted? So as per the policy, we are seeing here that it present 95, but policy 1 is showing that 98,074. It is the highest and net profit highest in all 4 plans. So policy 1 gives maximum net benefit, and that may choose or adopted by the company. So it's the calculation, and that type of math sometimes come also. And working capital, another math, and also solution is here. And here 2, A3. Also look here, is come in your exam also. January 18, not working capital. With the working capital is the EPS and P ratio calculation. Here 3 item they ask. Look here, marks is 4, 8, 8. That means 20 marks. Small math, big marks. If we see that was the question number 5 of January 18, your CS exam. Look here is the solution. Is a total 20 marks here. Very easy. One bank recently reported net profit after tax 1,000 million. It has 2.5 million share outstanding and pay dividend per preference share equal taka 1 million per year. Calculate the bank's earning per share. So if we go for calculating the earning per share, is this one. Very easy. That means from the earning, we have to minus the preference dividend, and that remaining amount only for the ordinary shareholder. So number of ordinary shareholder 2.5 million as described in the question. So if we divide it, then we will get EPS, that earning per share, 39960. So your answer is okay. So we can calculate different that type of EPS. We can calculate. There are a lot different types of formula. Here is mentioning here. Second, assuming that the share currently trades 75.80 per share, determine what the bank's dividend yield would be if paid 100 per share ordinary shareholder. So the answer would be, it's also small. Assuming that the share currently trade 75.80 per share, and we have to calculate dividend yield. So how we calculate dividend yield? So dividend yield we can calculate annual dividend divided by current market price. So annual dividend paid 10 as said here, divided by current market price, this one 75.80 multiplied by 100. So dividend yield is 13.19%. What would be bank's dividend payout ratio if paid taka 10 as a share as dividend? How we can calculate dividend payout ratio? So dividend payout ratio we can calculate dividend per share divided by earning per share. So dividend per share is taka 10, earning per share as calculated in 399.60. So the ratio would be 0.03:1. So payout ratio is 0.03:1. So sometimes that type of simple math can come. That's why we have to see it all exam. Yes, sir. Then come again. Another problem is here. Acquire has furnished the following information: earning per share taka 4, market price per share 50, income tax 30%, dividend payout ratio 25%, growth rate of dividend 10%. That means G. Acquire wants to raise additional capital 10 lakh, including debt 4 lakh. The cost of debt before tax 10%, up to 2 lakh, and 15% buy on that. Compute, that is the calculation of weighted average cost of capital. So here solution is here. Look, 1, 2, 3. Here 3 solution. And another one, following information is also solution is here. 1, 2. And this is for this chapter also, credit policy. And here the solution. So I think that type of question you solve. And another one, credit policy related. Here solving here. So here MMH, a new customer with 10% reach of non-payment, desire established business connection with you. That means there are risks of 10% not payment. So 90% is assured. You would require 1 month, 30 days of credit. 1 month, 30 days of credit, and is likely to increase your sale 1,20,000 per year, where cost of sale amount 85% of sale and the tax rate 30%. The required rate of return 40% after tax. Should you accept the offer? Because 10% risk also here. So if we see the solution here, profit on additional sale. So increase of any additional sales is 1,20,000. This 1,20,000. So less cost of sale being 85% as described here. Cost of sale is 85%. So 85% of 1,20,000, it's come 1,02,000, and remaining 18,000. And here bad debt plus 10% on sale, because here is the 10% the reals. So sale 120, 10%, that means 12,000. So if we minus 12,000 from the 18,000, get profit before tax 6,000. So less tax 30%, 180. So net profit after tax 4,200. And this one 4,200. And the opportunity cost of investment, that means in receivable. So receivable turnover is 8 times. The average inventory receivable cost of sale 102. This 102 divided by receivable turnover as said 8. This 8. So 12,750 average investment in receivable. So this 12.70 multiplied by 40 as requirement. So here come opportunity cost of investment 5,100. So net benefit would be here A answer is 4,200, and minus B opportunity cost of investment 5,100. So net benefit is loss also, net loss 900. So here opportunity cost of fund blocked, this one 5,100. So here 9, the offer should not be accepted because 4,200 the estimated profit after tax, on additional sale is less than the required return of additional investment, 5,100 it is simple. So this offer, we have said, should you accept the offer? Answer would be no, because here benefit would be minus. This is okay. Another question here is also from the working capital, and solution is also here, and I think you solve it. And now this is another important chapter, capital investment appraisal. So I think this chapter we will start from the next class, and here we will learn accounting rate of return, payback, net present value, IRR, etc. So it's also important chapter, and sometimes there are one math is must from this chapter, and sometimes there are more than one. There's 1.5 or 2 math. Sometimes 40 marks also come from this chapter. Sometimes 20 is must, 30, 35, 40. It can be happen from this chapter. So today we discuss and we covered the working capital management. So today we discuss planning and control of cash, cash management, and cash budgetary budget and cash generation, cash conversion cycle, and planning control marketable securities, managing the debtors, current liability management. Also we say the planning and control of inventories, planning and control of stock, that means here that means share also, and P ratio regarding that. And also we have seen a few problems here based on working capital or cash management. So here we discuss the working capital management in math here, and also we discuss another one, debtors decision, also from this chapter also. And also we discuss another math also that already in your exam January 18. So solution is here, and all math have the solution with this sheet. It's all for today.